Hey guys, what's up? Welcome. All right, today we're talking about you guys voted for on a landslide for this one, like big time and totally cool. It's awesome. I love talking about this stuff. So, you voted to hear about the three hormones that are secretly blocking your weight loss over 40. So, the reason I love talking about this so much is because I know as women going into peri and menopause, you're frustrated because the things you used to do in your 20s and 30s to lose weight are no longer working. So you think nothing's going to work and weight gain's inevitable, and maybe you're gaining weight out of nowhere even though nothing has changed. So there's a lot of frustration there. And low carb that used to work for you is no longer working. The intermittent fasting, it's not working. And now you're pushing it later and later into the day, and it's still not working. Counting your calories, not working. So you think that, but anyway, the reason I love talking about this is because your body is not broken, but those things not only are not going to work for you at this age, they can actually be working very much against you. So a lot of this is just breaking that diet mindset that we've had for many years, right? So the three hormones that you cannot willpower your way out of, you got to take care of them, is first one, insulin. Insulin obviously is what helps when our food is broken down, helps it be taken up into our cells to be used as energy. Now, as we go in through perimenopause and these hormonal changes, our bodies become more inflammatory. So we have more of an inflammation response. With this, we can become more resistant to that insulin. So you can't calorie deficit your way out of this, right? We just need to get our body to be more sensitive to that. And so one of the things you can do is we want to bring that inflammation down, number one. But this is against what many women are doing. Many of us, when we are struggling to lose weight, what we will do is we will drop the amount of food we're eating lower and lower and lower, because we have that mindset of that calories in versus calories out and burn off more than you intake or whatever. Listen, that stuff is old news. So that's not how it's going to work effectively, and you don't need to make yourself miserable, which is why I love talking about it. So when we are talking about insulin, one of the things you want to do is you want to make sure you're not stimulating it 20 times a day. And the reason women would stimulate it and burn it out 20 times a day is because you're not eating enough with your meals. And when you're not eating enough with your meals, guess what happens? You get snacky and you're picking at food all the time. And this is when women think, well, I'm not really eating very much. Well, you're picking. And if you're picking at food all the time, every time you put some food in your mouth, your insulin is going to do a spike. And so the more times it does that, the less sensitive it's going to be. So one simple hack for this, and you've got to wrap your mind around it because you're going to probably be eating more food at your meals than you may be used to, is eat enough at your meals, and especially enough protein, because that's going to keep you feeling full for a long time and balance your blood sugar. So you want to make sure you're eating enough at your meals, 3 meals a day, because then you're not going to be snackish and peckish and picking at food, and that's not going to be like pinging your insulin response all day long. So insulin is one. We want to make sure it's more sensitive. How do we do that? Have enough at our meals, 3 meals a day, so you cut the snacking. Second one, cortisol. We've all heard about it. Cortisol is that stress hormone famous for putting weight right on the belly, right? So as we're going into perimenopause with the hormonal changes, as our estrogen and progesterone start to decrease, cortisol, the stress hormone, starts to increase. And so we are less resilient to stress. We're more sensitive to it. We're less resilient to it. And similar to what we're doing to help balance out our insulin and make our body more sensitive to it, with cortisol, believe it or not, these strict diets and carb restricted diets are working against us, because guess why? Our body sees them as stressors. So your low carb diet and your calorie counting diet that's not working is because your body is getting stressed out over it. And when your body is getting stressed out over it, we're less resilient to that stress. We're more sensitive to it. And so guess what's going to happen? It's going to put that cortisol up even further, and it's going to hold on for dear life onto that fat on your belly. So you start to see why the things we used to do in our 20s and 30s to lose weight are no longer working. These things are literally working against our biology at this point. And then the other big one that people really never think about. A lot of people don't know about that is really affecting weight loss is at this age that is affected is our leptin, which is our satiety hunger hormone. So because we are more prone to inflammation at this age, inflammation and leptin are tied in together, and they're tied in together also through gut health. Oh, and so to fix the cortisol issue, we just want to, same thing, don't starve yourself. Be eating enough at your 3 meals a day. Then your body feels safe to release the weight. So you're not fighting your body to burn the weight off. Give it what it needs and nourish it. And so it feels safe and it's just going to release the weight. That's the way to do it. Plus, you're going to be a lot happier that way. And it's going to stay off. So back to the leptin. So leptin is a satiety hormone. It tells us we've had enough. As we're going into perimenopause with these changes, our body can be more resistant to this leptin. So we're not getting the signal that we've had enough to eat. So my hair is flying everywhere. That's nice. So we're not getting the signal that we've had enough to eat. And that's why you may feel that you're having cravings. You may feel like you're hungry even though you've just eaten, because your leptin's not signaling properly. So in order to help correct this, what you want to do is so simple. Aim to have 30 grams of fiber a day. 30 grams of fiber a day. Fiber feeds your gut microbiome, which has been disrupted at this age. So you're helping to feed your gut microbiome properly, which is going to help with your leptin, which is your satiety hormone, hunger hormone. So it all is tied in together. And so when you understand it from a root cause approach, it just makes sense. And it makes life a lot easier and allows your body, like I said, to release the weight. This age is not about restriction. It is not about restriction. And that is very good news, because we've been restricting ourselves most of our adult lives, most of us women, dieting constantly. And it just isn't working anymore. So it doesn't mean it's not going to work. It just means you need to nourish, not restrict at this age. So just a quick recap. What is working against us for weight loss? 3 hormones blocking it. Insulin, we become less sensitive to it. So our food is more likely to be stored as fat than burned off as fuel. Got to make it more sensitive. Eat enough at your meals so you're not snacking and pinging it all day long, burning it out. Number 2, cortisol, stress hormone. It's higher at this age, going in through the hormonal changes of perimenopause. So what makes it worse? Strict dieting and low carb diets and intermittent fasting. So what do you want to do? Nourish your body properly, give it what it needs so it feels safe to release that excess weight. And the other biggie at this point is leptin, which is our satiety hormone. And so one of the great ways to deal with that is you want to make sure you are feeding your gut properly, and that's with fiber. So you want to aim for at least 30 grams of fiber a day. That's going to feed your gut microbiome. That's going to help with reducing inflammation, and it's going to help with your leptin sensitivity. So your body will signal to you properly when you've had enough to eat. Hope that helps you guys. I'd love to hear from you below. Was this a surprise to you? I hope you feel better about weight loss at this age, and it gives you some hope. And I like to always have a freebie for you guys to help you out, take some of the guesswork out. This week we have got a carbs guide. So Eat Carbs for Fat Loss Over 40. If you want the guide, comment carbs, I'll send it to you, or send me a DM that says carbs, send it to you that way. Additionally, you can find it in my bio. Right now it is the first link in my bio, and you can grab it for free. Hope that helps you. Have a good day. Bye.